Hey guys, Technical 25
and Archer 9234.
with episode 74 of Ranger Review. Today we have the Power Rangers Wild Force, the Predazord, aka the Gao Hunter from Pocket Juice Sentai Gao Rangers. So here we have the three compartments to combine to make the Gao Hunter, the alligator, the hammerhead shark, and the wolf. So now we have the alligator Zord. This is the biggest mecha of all three because he comprises the full body of the Zord. You can't maneuver it at all because it's all stiffed up.
Yeah, the legs unfortunately don't move. They have no pivot points.
But the mouth opens really wide, so that's pretty good. And the details inside are actually pretty nice. Nice little silverness in there. It's not bad.
The tail actually does move at 3 different points. You can move from the back and forth over here in the second point and the third point. So you can have like this curved tail if you want to have it like in a different pose.
But other than that, he's just a nice little display, but you must have room because the tail is really long. Alright, so now we have the hammerhead shark. Now the shark is just like the Wild Force shark Zord. The only difference now is the hammerhead. The same concept. They both have wheels on the bottom, and they both can move pivot with a little nice chrome, and the mouth does open. Now the only bad part is that when the mouth opens, you can't have them in the...
Yeah, no, it's too wide open.
But other than that, it's a nice little concept. Alright, so now we have the final Zord, the Wolf Zord. Now this is one of the final arm in the Megazord.
Unfortunately, we're missing the tail.
The maneuverability is just like the Tiger and the Jaguar in the other Zords. The arms have the really nice articulation movement, like it can go
you can
high
bend the
up.
paws if you want it to sit down, stand up.
Do like this, like it's eating something or anything like that. The head does turn, which is nice because of the transformation, and the mouth does open, but it doesn't open as much as the others, but it's still something. Alright, so now we have the Gao Hunter in the evil mode. Now the evil mode is just, he doesn't have the mouth, he doesn't open the mouth, he just has his wolf head on. Now we have his weapon, which is the tail of the alligator and the tail of the hammerhead shark.
You can hold it 2 different ways. Mainly you can either use the shark tail alone or have it the other way upwards so that you can do the revolver phantom mode.
It doesn't really matter which mode you do it because it still works.
Unfortunately, the way they do it in the show where he puts the staff on the back and it locks normally, on the toy doesn't lock. It just has a little gap over here that holds it in place. It has some gap,
so there's no like locking.
It doesn't lock or anything, so it easily falls out.
That's the sad part, but other than that, it's pretty decent. So when the tail would go into the middle part, now there's an attack in which the wolf takes the tail.
Yeah, and puts it in his mouth and just throws it at whatever enemy. It's pretty simple because it's just 3 combos, it's just simply straight arm. Of course, you can interchange all the Wild Force animal arms. You can use any of the combinations.
Because since the Wild Force Zords are all compatible, so you can have the Real Shark and the Tiger Zord, or you can have the Deer Zord and the Giraffe Zord, or anything, because it's
or from anything from Animus.
Alright, so now we have the Gao Hunter Justice Mode.
Now I originally thought that in Japan you had to buy them separately. Like one was the evil one only and one was the good one, but I found out that only the head is actually compatible in both versions. You don't have to buy the good one.
So now we have one of the finishes that they do, in which
he charges up all the energy beams.
All the power animals fire at you. And
it is tricky though to do it because mainly the alligator head, it doesn't do it like in the show where the head still stays up and the chest blows up.
It's like it's not like the whole head can be facing.
You gotta lower the whole head, and in order to do that, and it's also still loose whenever you do this, so it can fall.
Alright, so alteration-wise, between the Gao Hunter and the Predazord, mainly
not that much was changed.
Mainly much the mouth of the alligator, they actually
added paint, which is very rare. You don't usually get added paint.
They added paint instead of putting it plain silver.
Yeah, I guess it was to make it look more like a mouth, and they added like a tongue or something to make it. They just simply added black paint.
Then also the stickers on the shark and the wolf were actually not stickers. They molded them into the Zord.
Yeah, so any of the stickers that are near the head, the stickers that are on the die-cast metal parts, and the sticker that goes around the front part of the wolf body, those are just painted directly onto the mold. I say it's an improvement only because stickers peel off over years, so it is an improvement over the Japanese one. But other than that, all the die-cast metal that was over here and all the main paint jobs are all the same.
So if you pick up the Predazord, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you just have the extra paint, which is not that bad. I actually like this. I actually like the Gao Hunter, but also in Japan, they released a special edition one, which is the Gao Hunter Blue Moon version.
That was one of the few times also that the US actually kept the name.
Yeah, actually, it's actually a nice toy. I get it if you can, but you'll be paying a pretty penny for it. Alright, so that's it for the Gao Hunter. Join us next week for the Power Rangers Time Force, the Time Force Megazord. Rate, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next week. I know Predazord itself goes for about the $40s to $60, and back in the day it was a $40 toy. It was still pretty heavy. If you lift up the Power Ranger box version of it, it's still pretty heavy, regardless. I don't know why, but you can feel the die-cast inside it.